Hi there, myself Madhav Jha. I welcome you to CodeChef and let's have a look at this question.
The problem is binary split. The problem difficulty is easy and there are no prerequisites. Let's have a read at the problem. You are given a binary string s of length n. You can modify it by using the following operation. That is, you have to choose an index I such that the current element is not equal to the next element. Here we can then split the s into two parts. That is, tell the prefix I and everything else from I plus 1 to n. Once we have done this, what we can do is we can discard one of the parts. That is, if we choose to discard this part, our s will become 0 to I. However, there is one condition that the part we keep must contain. That is, it should contain at least one occurrence of both 0 and 1. That is, if both of the parts contain 0 and 1, then we can choose any one of them. But if only one of them has such condition that they contain 0 and 1, we have to keep only that part. Now we are allowed to perform this operation as many times as we want, but our goal is to make the lexicographically minimum possible value of string s at the end. Now let's get to know what does it mean when we say p is lexicographically smaller than q. If we have two binary strings p and q, we say that p is lexicographically smaller if length of p is less than q and p is a prefix of q. Now what do we mean by prefix of q? So let's say if our p is 0, 1 and our q is 0, 1, 1, then p is actually a prefix of q. Therefore, p is lexicographically smaller. But if that is not the case, then what we check is we simply check for an index I such that before that index everything is equal, but only at that index pi is greater than qi. That case, sorry, there will be an index I such that qi will be greater than pi. And that index will say that is an inflection point which determines that p is actually lexicographically smaller. So let's take an example. Let's assume we have 0, 1, 0 and we have 0, 1, 1, 1. Now if we see till this second index, so this is 0, 1 and 2, all of them are same. But only at index 2 do we find out that q of I is actually greater than p of I. Therefore, at this inflection point, we can determine that p is actually lexicographically smaller. Let's see the input format. So we have t test cases, and for each test case we'll have two lines. The first line will contain the integer n, that is length of our binary string, and the second line will contain the binary string itself. As for the output, we just have to output the lexicographically minimum string that we can get. As for the constraints, number of test cases will go from 1 to 10 raised to 5, and length of our string will go from 1 to 3 into 10 raised to 5. Since s is a binary string, it will only contain the characters 0 and 1. Let's see some sample inputs. So for the very first sample input, the string that we have is 110. Now remember, we can only split it when the current element is not equal to the next element. There is only one such index available here, and if we split it, none of the parts that we will have both 0 and 1. Therefore, it is not possible to perform the operation here. Therefore, this existing x, the input s, is actually our answer, as we can see here. Let's see the second sample input. For the second sample input, the string is 0101. Now if we perform the operation at this index, we can part it into these two strings. Since we can see that both of the strings contain at least 10 and 11, we can keep any one of them and discard the other. And as you can see, since we cannot divide it further, this is the smallest and lexicographically smallest string that we can get. Therefore, this is the answer here. Let's see how we can approach the solution. First, we know that we can only perform the operation at indices where the character changes. So what we can do is, we can split the string s into blocks. So let's say this one starts with 1. We have 3, 1 and then we start with some 0. So this is that inflection point where we can split this string. So we'll simply convert this into blocks. So let's say we have something like this and so on. Now if you see, here we actually have 5 blocks. 5 blocks means there will be points where we can divide this array into two parts in such a way that both the parts or at least one of the parts will have both the characters zeros and ones. So see, if we divide this at the first block here, then the first part will not have 0 and 1. So we will not be able to select this one. Similarly, if we do the same at the before last one, we will have the same case for the remaining part. So from this what we understand is that S must have more than two parts for it to be divisible. Otherwise, it is the final one that we can get. We will simply check if the count of blocks in S is less than or equal to 2, then our answer is simply S. We simply cannot perform the operation and decide anything smaller than this. Now that is out of the question, let's see what else can we do. Since we want the lexicographically smaller ones, it is better for us if we start with zeros, right? If we have 0, 1 and 1, 0, it is clear that 0, 1 is lexicographically smaller because just at the first index we can see that the element in the second one is actually greater. So this is lexicographically smaller. So now we want to start with zeros. So how much zero would we want to take? The bigger the better, right? Since we are going to go for lexicographically smaller, it is always better to pick the one that has more zeros. So we'll pick the ones that have more zero. Once we have picked 0, we know that the next block is definitely of ones. So this is one of our lexicographically smallest string that we can get. Now what would happen if the number of zeros block that we have chosen, if others exist? What I mean by that is, let's say we have something like this. If there are two blocks in such a way that the count of zeros is same, then we pick the winner by choosing the one that has less number of ones. So here we can see that both of these blocks have 3 zeros. Since the zeros is fixed, let's see what we can change. We can change the count of 1. So we pick the one that has the smaller number of ones. And this is the lexicographically smaller one that we can get. Now that this is there, we can get our solution very easily. We search for the number of blocks with 0, the more the better. And if their count is same, we simply choose the one that has the less number of ones. And with that, we'll get our solution. Let's see how we can implement the solution in C++. So for each test case, we call the function solve. In solve, we take the input of n and the input of our string. Once we have this, we'll convert this into blocks. So for that, we are using an array of pairs. In a pair, we'll have the character and the number of times that it appears. So now that we have divided it into blocks, next we will check if the number of blocks is less than or equal to 2, then as we have seen in the approach, the input string is the output string. We cannot divide it any further. Next up, what we do is we start traversing the blocks and we choose the blocks of size 0. Once we have a size of block 0, we check the next ones that we can pick. So with this is a probable answer. So we store that into x and y. X stores the number of zeros in the block and y is the number of ones in the block. Now as we keep on searching, if we find a block of 0 that is greater than our x, then that is a clear next or better answer. If that is not the case and the zeros are equal, then we simply check which of these blocks have less number of ones and we pick that. At the end, we print these zeros and ones and we have the lexicographically smallest s that we can get. And as you can see, I have AC in C++ implementation. Let's see how we can implement this in Python. Again, for each test case, we call the function solve, take the input of n and our string, then we convert this into blocks of zeros and ones. If the number of blocks is less than or equal to 2, the input s is the answer. If that is not the case, then we start searching for the largest block of 0. Once we find that, the next block of ones will give us this lexicographically smaller s. And in case multiple blocks of S0 of same size exist, we'll pick the one that has the less number of ones. At the end, we print them, and as you can see, I have AC in Python implementation as well. So I hope you understood the problem, the approach, and how we can implement the solution in both C++ and Python. Have a very good day, and I'll see you in the next video.